Hello YouTube.
Hi.
So this is Fulare Feminism, the YouTube channel, website, Instagram account, anything, where we talk about feminism and other stuff while doing head wraps. It's simple actually.
It's simple.
Yeah. So I'm with my girlfriend Kendi again. So I've been in Kenya for almost, see how hair is like this, it's the same.
Yeah, it is.
It's nice. So I've been in Kenya for almost 3 months now. So it's my third time here. And now I'm going to talk about 5 things I like and 5 things I didn't like or I liked less. So I'm going to show you how to do the head wrap I had before. This is something I do when I have long hair, which is not often. So I pull them up and then I do the simple. I'm going to do with that beautiful head wrap. Okay, so number 1 of the things I liked, nature. So I think Kenya is really close to nature. I don't know if it's because of tourism or something like this, but we have lots of tourism.
That's true.
But I think, I don't know, animals, like, you know, I spent my childhood in Ivory Coast, but we don't have that much. And it's called Ivory Coast, remember? So it means there's supposed to be elephants, but I've never seen an elephant there.
Really?
I swear.
Do you guys have zoos?
Yeah, but the animals, you know how they're mistreated in zoos and shit. So it's like, yeah, here, like animals, and like there's even a national park in the middle of the city. So
exactly.
it's like, it's great. To me, it's so good. I loved it. Travel, so that's the second thing. Number 2, travel. Because I feel like Kenya has developed tourism. So roads are good compared to other African countries, and like everyone can travel. You can go take a bus, go to Mombasa. You can fly to Mombasa. There are different prices. You can stay at a hotel. You can stay at a very expensive resort, or
You can stay at a villa.
Or you can go to Mount Kilimanjaro. You can and like Kenyan travel. You know, it's not just Muzungus, Wazungus, or foreigners like me who come and like use I really like that people are able to travel here in their own country.
Yeah, because it was a new. It's actually pretty recent, because I feel like maybe 5 years ago they were really trying to. They started a campaign to encourage us to travel in our own country. Because it reached a point that no one.
Is it
ever used to
Tembea
travel.
Kenya thing?
I think it's Tembea Kenya.
Yeah.
Because I think that was a while ago. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Because it was always encouraging us to travel. Because anytime you go to any resort back then, it was just white people, unless like the usual December that Kenyans always travel and go to the coast in December. But other than that, like I'm saying for myself earlier, I've never been to Masai Mara. Like I only recently went like 2 months ago to the national park, and actually like went us in the whole car, like the proper car. I went through, and that was only because a friend of ours from Japan had come. So if it wasn't for her, I would have never been. I would have never gone. So
It's good actually.
Nice.
So the number 3 is nice people, because I think Kenyans are very nice. I don't think you people are overwhelmingly
overwhelmingly
nice or warm, but then nice, like regular nice.
Yeah, just
yes.
welcoming. I remember
and
we're
polite,
talking about it.
and polite,
We're talking about it. We were saying most Western countries, people are unnecessarily nice. They're always saying thank you, excuse me, sorry.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
For us, you probably won't hear sorry as much, but we're welcoming.
Yeah.
You need something will help you.
Yes.
Yeah.
You talk to people on public transportation, they'll help you. Yeah.
You rarely ever meet someone who's not going to help you.
Okay, let me do this on your hair now. So you just look and emulate, basically. So the number 4 is feminism. You know, the first time I came to Kenya is because I came to a feminist meeting.
Really?
And the movement is so big here. It is so big. And you know, I can't say like things are perfect for women in Kenya, but just the fact that there's a feminist movement that is very active is just one step ahead. Like the fact that we talk about the stuff, the fact that you have like this fight for having like 52% of women in the parliament. Yes, like you know, this is one step ahead of like many other countries. I love it. And the 5th thing is natural hair, man. Oh
yes.
My god!
I remember she went for this natural hair event.
Yeah, there's so many natural hair events here. There are lots of Kenyan natural brands.
Yes.
Even for skin and for hair. You know, I work like in West Africa, or I can talk about. So I made the big bun, as you can see.
Yeah.
I folded the fabric in triangle. So on the streets, you will see people with natural hair, which is, and it's crazy because, for instance, in Ivory Coast, it's very rare to see office people with dreadlocks. See, or I don't know, everyone have afro or shaved hair, or like men have locks, like men have long hair. It's crazy. Like you don't realize how crazy it is. Like in Ivory Coast, every man has short hair, like like shaved, like colonial shave, like because like short hair for men is a really Western thing. Yeah. So,
and it's a new movement because even it's surprising because my friends and I will constantly be saying how everywhere we go they're natural women, everywhere we go, and it's crazy that this is our hair and it's only becoming apparent now because like I find myself
it wasn't always like this.
No, it wasn't, because like nowadays is when me and my friends are constantly commenting because it reaches a point where every 5 minutes I'm stopping someone on the road. How did you do this? How did you do this? And I find that so cool because before, like growing up, obviously I constantly cried to my mom, please can you put chemical in my hair, please can you.
How do you like it?
I really do. I like it. Let's see. I show the back.
No, we're doing the video. So the natural hair, like, so I thought it was always like this, but it wasn't. It wasn't. It's amazing. Like, I went to have my hair done, and I was asking my Kenyan friends, like, do you know any salon when I can have my hair done, but I don't perm my hair is natural, so I need a natural hair salon. They were like, what the fuck, Mom?
This is everywhere.
This is everywhere. We're in Africa. Why do you need a natural hair salon? Every salon is natural.
Exactly.
And I was like, you people don't understand. That's revolution. I mean, it's crazy for me. Like, I've been in many countries in Africa where, like, no one does natural hair. You have to go to a specific salon and it's expensive. In Ivory Coast, like, we have just a few salons that does that.
And I feel like for me, I've only had, like I told you, only one experience where someone didn't know how to deal with natural hair, but it was a ridiculously expensive place. So I don't think he studied in Kenya, and he probably didn't study with African hair, but he was African, which is why it didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, but it doesn't make sense. I was in Congo, and when I was walking around with my Afro, people were looking at me like, is that your hair? Is that your hair?
Like, and you have the audacity.
And yes, no, it's not. It's not even that they were amazed. It wasn't even negative. It's like, which was, I would understand that if I was in the middle of Ukraine or Russia, because I've never seen Afros. But you're in Africa. I guess that's the definition of alienation. Like, So those are the 5 things I liked. Now the 5 things I liked less is the food is drying. No. Kenyan food is so dry. Kenyan. You need stews in your life.
I completely disagree. Because I feel like for me, first of all, like I told you, my ratio for food is like 2 quarters, almost 3 quarters rice, and then like a quarter and a half stew. That's just for me.
The rice has to drown in the stew. You don't know.
No, there's a difference between eating rice in stew and rice in stew. There's a difference. There's a difference.
Honestly, I guess it's a matter of taste. But he was like, it's so dry. Anyway, the second thing is more serious, like tribalism. Or I say tribalism, because I feel like it's so important here. Any negative way, obviously, tribalism can never be good.
And you've probably experienced it more because of all the politics
that's been happening. We're in election periods, so. And I thought we had tribalism in Ivory Coast, but it's nothing compared to here.
How many tribes do you have?
We have like almost 60.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but those are big groups. Here the tribes are very different. But it's not even that. The question is not even that. It's like I think you really have to be from here to understand how important it is and how deep it is.
Yeah.
Like you have to be from the culture, living here for a very long time to understand how rooted it is. So I think I only understand the tip of the iceberg, and it's really worse. Yeah. So that's the thing.
Yeah, and I think the problem is the reason why we can't get over it is because politics is so tribally charged by everything they do is based on tribe. So as much as even our generation wants to forget these things, it's hard because that's all we ever hear on the news. That's all we ever hear our parents talk about, and for us it doesn't even matter.
But I think, and I don't have any source on it, but I'm gonna look at it, but like tribalism in Africa, especially in politics, has been created by colonialism.
Definitely.
Because when it's mixed with politics, it has been created by colonialism. Because how come those people were living together in the same land for centuries and millennials before white people arrive, and the minute they leave, and actually have papers of like pinning one tribe against the other, like divide to conquer. That's what they did basically, and like we're still suffering the consequences of it.
And we know, because I know even like in our history books, that's one of the methods they used. It's literally written divide and conquer, and we're still divided, and they're not even here anymore.
I know. So the third thing is colorism. So for some reason I thought that colorism was less in East Africa because there's none of those big billboards with bleaching products with Arabic girls or Indian girls. So I was like, so good, that's so good. But then I lived in Trim, like, damn, it is prison. Did I tell you about the story? I was at the coast in Lamu and I wanted to go buy a dira. And so a dira is a long Somali dress. And I was hesitating between the yellow dira and the black dira, and the person I was with and the shop owner told me, no, you cannot wear the black dira because you're too black. And I was like, what?
What did you actually say?
I said, are you serious? Because you know, I heard lots of shit about what dark people cannot wear, and then most of these, like, they cannot wear bright colors. But like, they cannot wear black because they're too black. And I was like, yeah, but you're black too, and you're wearing a black shirt. He was like, no, I'm not black, I'm brown.
Oh, that's one thing that I hate so much when you don't even.
And I'm like, you're black.
This whole debate when you tell someone they're black and they're like, no, I'm brown. I'm like, fuck, man, you still have.
Black is a race, it's not a complexion.
Exactly.
Like, you're black.
You don't have to be black like this to be. Like,
but none of us is black like this. Like, we're all brown. But then they just don't want to be, because black is being dark.
I agree if you say, for example, if you tell me this hair is black, I'd be like, no, it's slightly brown.
Yeah.
But if you tell me, but the way that they're coming from a place where it's like, I'm better than that.
Black equals dark and it equals something wrong.
Please.
So,
Please.
no,
and I always want to tell them, let me tell you, you think it matters in Kenya if you're brown, if you're dark, if you're black. When you go abroad, it doesn't matter.
Black is
The
black.
second they see melanin,
Yeah,
you don't care.
Black
They
is
do
black.
not care.
On your melanin. The other thing is segregation, because Kenya had settler colonialism, like in South Africa. So when you walk a little bit, you see like there's this part with Indian, there's this part with white people, and then the rest of course, they have the better parts of colonialism. So this is super cringe-worthy. But I've been told, like, during colonial times, actually Indians they had to live in certain areas. White people obviously live in the best areas. So things like this were forbidden, so this still remains. So it's shocking for me because, well, I'm not used to that. So yeah, segregation.
Yeah, it's big.
Yeah, it is a bit shocking. Like, and the fifth thing is colonialism, which is like comes before after segregation. What comes before segregation is like, you know, I went to the coast, I went to Masai Mara, I went to I went to Lake Naivasha, I did several touristic things, and every touristic thing belonged to a white person. And like the descendants of the colonial people, the colonizers. So, and they took the best thing. For instance, with Lake Naivasha, the best parts were white people, and they're making money out of it, even if colonialism is over now. So it kind of ruins your vacation when you feel like you're fueling colonialism, basically, neo-colonialism. Same thing, I went to Lamu, and all the resorts, all the guest houses, they belong to white people. And black people are the workers, and it's super cringe-worthy because as much as you want to have fun and relax, it's like just everything that is wrong in Africa and the world. So yeah, like, I want to have fun, but like, can we have like some black-owned things in Africa?
Yeah.
Please. So yeah, that's that. What did you think?
I want to say something else in the last statement you made, or like, for example, if a white person is coming from, I don't know, New York or something, is coming to Kenya to travel, they'll still go to a place owned by white people. So first of all, how are they even enabled? How do they even get a chance to interact? Because they came to Kenya, they didn't come to another white-owned place. So it's waters down their experience, because they're just bouncing between. And then when they do go out, for example, like what do they call, like a tour with a tour guide and do everything. Fine, yes, the tour guide will probably be black, but everything that they're taken to is white-owned. They always speak to white people, and it's just like, what's the difference?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah. You know, Sarah, the flatmate, we have another flatmate called Sarah. She told me that she has a German friend that is Kenyan actually, and his grandfather came here during colonial time and killed some animals somewhere and was given land, and they still live there because he was given the best land of the area by British people. And they still live there, they're still making money out of this land. They still live in the same beautiful land when the actual indigenous people of the land
were moved.
Yeah. So it's just, colonialism was good for them, I'm telling you. Like, and it was still reaping, they're still reaping the benefits. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty well said. Yeah. So yeah, that was that. So from my experience in Kenya, I will be back Kenya, don't forget me. And thank you, Kendi, giving me.
Thank you.
It was so nice. Hug me. So yeah, like, share, subscribe, do everything YouTubers tell you to do.
Comment.
And comments. But don't send bad comments because
you'll be blocked.
Yeah.
You'll be blocked.
Bye.